In this video, you're gonna wanna stay until the end because we are gonna be breaking down exactly what you need to scale your car detailing business to over $10,000 a month. And we're gonna give you keys that most detailers won't even tell you. So let's go and dive right in. Now you guys should be able to see my screen in just a moment, but again, in this video, we're gonna be walking you through how to grow your detailing business to over $10,000 a month consistently. And again, we're gonna be breaking down to you in a way that most detailers won't. If you stay till the end, we could promise you this, that you're gonna have clear vision and direction on what you need to do to scale your detailing business to over even $20,000 a month consistently. You're gonna learn the exact system that took me as well as JC to the next level, to literally scaling our detailing businesses to 6 figures. And you're also gonna learn how to build an evergreen marketing system so you don't have to wonder where your next client's gonna come from, how to increase your prices and get more customers. Now, this video is for you if you currently are a car detailer. Maybe you're stuck at $3,000 to $7,000 a month. You're ultimately wanting to scale to the next level, and maybe you're even doing 10, 20K a month. We have clients doing anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 a month, right? This is for you if you're looking to get consistent customers and maybe business hasn't been as consistent as you want it to be. Let's be real, it does take the right systems and the right things to get your business to that next level. And maybe you're watching this right now and you feel like you're really good at what you do, you're great at detailing, but you feel like you're in the middle of the ocean right now on a boat with no motor. We're gonna show you what you need to do. Now, before we do that, not only has this system worked for me, JC, but it's also worked for other clients. This is one of our clients, Gabe. And literally, after 3 months of implementing the system we're gonna share with you today, he was able to take his car detailing business from $15K a month to over $60,000 a month. Here's some proof. June, he only did 15K. Started working with them in July. He doubled, he did 30K. Then he was able to do 56K in August. Then literally September, he did over $50,000, right? And not only did it work for Gabe, but also another one of our clients, Brett, he literally was stuck at around $5,000 to $6,000 a month with his detailing business, couldn't scale. He was relying on organic methods. Literally after working with us, within 30 days, he was able to hit a $15,000 month, which was a record month for him, right? This is a screenshot to prove that we are not making this up. Another one of our customers, he's just been getting clients back to back doing PPF, ceramic coatings. As you can see, this was over a $3,000 job. This one was over a $9,000 job. This one was over $3,000. This one was over $4,000. We could be here for days showing you the proof and the wins. And the whole reason we share this with you though is not to impress you, but to impress upon you that with the right systems, you could hit numbers like this too. Now, maybe right now in your business, the reason it's not growing is you don't know what to focus on. And let's be real, bro. When we first started, we didn't necessarily know what to focus on. But can't you say, like, once you actually know what to focus on, that's where your business grows, right? Maybe you're not sure how to charge more. How many detailers are always trying to enter this race to the bottom? Let me be the cheapest, right? You shouldn't ask yourself, how can I be the cheapest, but how can I be the most premium? And if you're premium, you're gonna be able to charge more, okay? Maybe you're not sure how to predictably attract customers. Don't blame yourself. At the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know, which is why you're watching this video. And the reality is, without our scale detailing system, chances are very slim of you actually getting your business to the next level. Now, before I dive into the keys that are gonna help you elevate and get your business to the next level, you're probably wondering, who is Travis? This used to be Gangster Trav, where I'm wearing my Fitted Echo unit, and I actually grew up in a broken home. All 3 of my brothers went to prison. I was told I'd never amount to anything. At the age of 18, I gave my life to Christ, started traveling and preaching, and really felt God called me into business, and I was actually able to build a 7-figure-a-year business. And here's how I did it. Back in 2020 is when I officially launched my first business. Now, I really felt like God put it on my heart to launch this business. I kept delaying, and one of the reasons why is because I've honestly always had a desire to be an entrepreneur, but I always was watching YouTube videos and reading books, and no matter how many books I read, no matter how many videos I watched, I just couldn't figure it out. And so that's when, I decided, let me just sit on this a little longer. And then right before September 2020, I knew that there was 2 paths I could go. Path A, I could try to do the same thing over and over again, which the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. Or, B, I could just find someone who's already proven a process over and over again and hire them to coach me, right? Because before it was just YouTube videos, books, trying things on my own, and I never could get it to succeed. And so in September of 2020, right before that time, I decided to get a coach. It was a multiple 4-figure investment, and my hands were sweating. I was nervous, but I knew if I did not draw that line in the sand and take action, I would not get to my goals. And literally, I launched my first business. My goal was to get it to $10,000 a month within 6 months, and literally within my first 30 days, I was able to do over $32,000 with my first business. Changed my life, and it gets even better. I just kept running the same play and making money over and over again. Enrolled over 120 customers, $91,000 in sales, and more and more proof. The reality is, in a 6-month period with this business, I was able to do over $388,000. I was able to give the most money to the work of the Lord, to churches that I never even thought possible. I was able to pay for my dream wedding, my dream vehicle, and really just help a lot of people and be a blessing, right? And then what had happened was I was able to take this model and turn it into a 7-figure-a-year business. I was able to work with, hundreds of clients, helping them start and scale online coaching businesses. And then a little over a year ago, I was in a place where I had success, I had time freedom, financial freedom, and I was like, wow, I had up to that point invested over $100,000 into skills, really hiring coaches to help me get skills to grow my business. And there was this one guy that we had paid over $30,000, and literally the skills I learned from him, I knew I could start and scale any business. That's when I randomly decided to start a car detailing business, found someone at my church who was willing to learn how to detail cars, and literally connected with JC. We put together a system, and we met for a few hours, and literally within 3 months, I hit my first $10,000 a month implementing this system that we're gonna show you. Now, here's the best part. I actually don't even know how to detail. I don't know how to do ceramic coatings, and I only spend 30 minutes a month right now on the business. Before, it used to be 30 minutes a week. Now it's 30 minutes a month. And the way I was able to do that is with the system we're gonna share with you guys today. It's allowed me to turn my car detailing business into a remote business, and it's been absolutely incredible, and we're going to show you the same thing. But before we do, I want to swing it to JC. He's going to quickly share a little bit of his story with you, and then we're going to get right into it.
Yeah, so my detailing business started right around 2020, similar to Travis. I went straight into detailing and said, hey, I'm going to do this. I know what I'm doing. I like cars. This is going to be cool. So just like most people who start a business, I want to do this because this is, my passion. And I realized it made money. But you get a shop, you go, you get a van, you realize very quickly that it's not easy. You get a real cold slap in the face and you say, wow, there's money that I need to make in this. Now, with that, I realized very quickly, how do I make money? How do I get this going? And ultimately, I said, hey, I need to find someone who can help me. Now, I was able to hit a couple $1,000s, high points in the month. I hit my first 10K month by myself, but I realized in order for me to actually get to be able to work on multiple cars at a time, I needed to figure out a way to scale and how to do it rapidly. Because if not, I'm just going to be the same person who's, making $5,000-$7,000 a month, and I'm never going to get anywhere. Now, some of these photos is after we went ahead and implemented the system, and realistically, once I had someone show me what to do, someone who's been there and done it before, it took my entire business to the next level and allowed me to work on some of the cars like this, like that Escalade, which we did a full satin PPF wrap. That was a $9,000 job. Driving some of these cars, and then the Land Rover and the S550, those are ceramic coating and PPF jobs. They're $4,000 a piece. So,
which is cool. Now, what we want to get into is the scale detailing system. Now, again, maybe you're watching this video right now, you're stuck at 3 to 7K a month, and you don't really have a plan or a strategy you're sticking to. You don't really have a marketing system in place with predictability. Maybe you're wondering to yourself, like, where is my next customer going to come from? And then maybe you get leads on the phone sometimes, and let's be real, you just don't know how to close them effectively. And then maybe potentially you're on here and let's say you are doing 10K a month, you don't know how to get it to 20K a month because you don't know how to build a team and automate your business. When people start working with us, normally they're in point A, but after implementing the scale detailing system, they've been able to scale to over 10K a month consistently. They now have a clear plan and strategy. They have a proven marketing system that works over and over again. They no longer have to worry about where their next customer is going to come from. They're closing effectively. They're building a team and automating their business. Now, the way they're able to do this is through these core 5 pillars, okay? And I want to get right into it. Number 1 is mindset. When most detailers come to us, the biggest thing that holds them back is mentality. Right? Most detailers, they're investing in chemicals and equipment, but they're not investing in themselves, right? Like looking back, bro, imagine when you got started in detailing, imagine if you were to invest in a coach.
It's so crazy how you say that about chemicals and everything, because you can fall into that trap so quickly where you're like, man, I need this brush, or I need this chemical, and what if this works better and makes it go faster? Realistically, you're just wasting your time. You need something that's actually going to get customers in the door. Just because you have the latest and greatest chemicals or the latest and greatest products doesn't mean you're going to get the latest and greatest customers.
Exactly, right? So when it comes to mindset, we have to help you eliminate any false beliefs, whether you believe in the Bible or not. It says in Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh, so is he. And the biggest thing that holds most detailers back is what's between their ears. Whether you believe you can or can't, you are right. So I want to challenge you watching this right now, change the way you think. Instead of saying, I can't, ask yourself, how can I? Okay? Now, the second thing is services. Many detailers and many people in general, they want to leave the 9 to 5, go and start their own business. And when they do that, many times they're wearing all of the hats. They don't really know what to do, what to focus on, and there's so many bottlenecks in their business. And another thing is, most people, they're charging way too low, right? I can't tell you how many detailers, they get into this race to the bottom trying to undercut everyone in their neighborhood. So the second thing you need is you need to price your services as premium services. It's like, do you want to work on luxury vehicles or do you want to work on trashed out cars? It all comes down to how much you charge, the quality of the job you're building, and then the structure of your business. You need to have the right structure in place. The third thing is marketing. And at the end of the day, there's really 2 types. There's organic and there's paid. Most detailers, they're relying on word of mouth, handing out business cards, flyers, and although those things can get you customers, they work until you realize they're not predictable. And so what we focus on is building a marketing system that gets clients 24/7, and we really focus on Google and Meta, and we'll get into that in just a moment. The fourth thing is sales, because at the end of the day, you need to know how to have conversations with people that get them to pull the trigger 70 to 90% of the time. So that means out of every 10 calls you have, you could be enrolling 7 to 9 people as actual paying customers. And then team, I always tell people, in order to elevate in your business, you need to learn how to delegate, okay? You need to delegate to elevate, and the way you elevate is through delegation and automation, okay? Now, some common lies that detailers have and believe is they're like, you know what, I don't want to go to college. And then there's some that are like, I just want to make some side income so I could pay for college. And really, there's a traditional way and there's the new way, which is the entrepreneurial way, right? Most people, they're done with the lies of, getting good grades in school, going to college, and, maybe you could be a doctor or a lawyer, right? Times have changed, and instead of spending $60,000 to $80,000 for college, you could literally hire a coach and learn how to start a business for the fraction of the price, right? So I want to challenge you, don't think like traditional people. You gotta change the way you think. The second common lie is a lot of detailers think they have to do it themselves, right? They're, one day I'm going to grow my business. One day I'm going to hit 10K a month. And that month never, ever comes because it's like they're trying to do it themselves. Like, maybe talk about that a little bit.
It's funny because that's actually the reason I started my car detailing business, right? I was in high school and I said, man, I love doing this and I don't want to work for anyone because no one knows what they're doing. And, you want to get into it and you just can't figure it out. So you start and then it's, you've got to figure out, how to price it, how to do this, how to do that. And here's the thing. You get into it and obviously you don't know what you're doing, but you're going to say, man, I'll figure it out one day. And then guess what? One day never comes.
Exactly. And then the third one is I don't have the money. And the funny one about this is the detailers that tell themselves that, they somehow manage to find money to get chemicals and equipment. But the reality is this, any excess cash I have, like, I don't take the traditional approach where it's like, just invest in stocks, invest in real estate. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but when you're in the starting phase of your business, the best place you could put your money is in a coach or in a system that is going to help you scale with predictability. And so you gotta destroy that lie that tells you that. Now, here's 4 keys we want to give you so that you could actually scale your business. Number 1 is you need to offer premium packages, okay? And you don't want to undercut people. So JC, why don't you talk about some examples of offering premium prices and packages?
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's when you're offering premium prices and packaging, there's 2 good things that will come out of it. One, you're separating yourself from those car washes down the street, the guy who's going to do it for $25. And also, you're setting something that's predetermined, so that way you don't have to sit on the phone with the customer. Because I know there's a lot of detailers out there who still think this, and they say, when I get a chance to see it, then I'll be able to give you a price. At that point, you've already lost the customer because no one wants to set up 2 different appointments. They want it now. They want to know their pricing. Now, if you have set prices like this, you're going to be able to go onto a phone call with a customer and say, all right, perfect. That's going to be, what you want is going to be our silver package. It's this cost. And you can close them right over the phone. And that's the key. Same thing with ceramic coating, same thing with detailing. You want to find out what the pain points are for the customer, and then you can actually fit them into your package that you predetermined. So now you're not sitting on the phone going, it could be 800, it could be 300, it could be this, and maybe I have to see it and everything along those lines.
And the other thing about this too is the reason you want to have like a bronze, silver, diamond is because most detailers, especially starting out, they charge these basic low prices, but when you announce on a phone call like the different package options, many people, they only offer like a bronze or one price.
It's funny you say that because in the beginning we talked about Brett who hit his top month, and he was only charging for 2 different services. He had an interior detail and an exterior detail. Where that fell in between, whether it was a trashed 2009 Camry or a brand new pickup truck,
right,
it didn't matter. It was, $275. That was the price. So now you're missing out on the customers who are brand new, and you're getting played on the cars that are absolutely destroyed.
100%. So what you need to do is you need to offer better packages and don't try to be the cheapest, be the best, okay? Key number 2 is you need to build an evergreen marketing system that gets you customers with predictability, because let's be real. Every day that goes by, you're not running ads, your competitors are, and they are taking your business. And so that's why this is key number 2, and how I was able to hit 10K within my first 3 months of doing this and helping other customers. Now, the first thing is this. I call it the Google growth funnel. And what we do here is we show people that are specifically detailers or have a service-based business how to set up a Google My Business, because there are people in your area right now looking up detailers near me and you need to show up, okay? And so what we do is we show you how to rank organically initially so that when people are looking you up, you're the one that's popping up, right? We show you how to get to 100 reviews as quickly as possible because you want to be seen as the authority and expert detailer in your area, okay? Now, once you have Google My Business set up correctly, what we want to do is we want to dump gasoline on the fire with paid ads. And so we actually have a landing page that has been tried and proven over and over again. And literally what you do is you build this page, you launch advanced search ads on Google. So anytime someone puts up detailer near me or detailer in Towson or whatever your city is, you're the one popping up over and over again. And then what they do is on this landing page, the bait we use is get your free quote right now. You're literally getting leads and phone calls right away the moment you launch that ad. And then what's happening is people are getting nurtured in your funnel. They enter their information, you get them on a quick call, and they literally become a customer, right? Like our client where we're recording this video right now, he literally got Google Ads up and running, and just one conversion for $100 resulted in what? Over $20,000 in work by running ads, guys. You don't need to be the best detailer. You just need to show up more than any other detailer, and the best way to do that is through paid ads, okay? Now, before implementing the system, JC right here was actually stuck at about 4K a month in his business, and he decided to finally get a coach where you learned a lot of the stuff we have in the system, and that literally took you from being stuck at 4K a month to literally having a record month of over $37,000, not including cash, right? This is just from your processor.
And it's really funny too. So you'll see me detailing that car there. That's an Eleanor, and I thought, you know, if I went and I found the best cars out there, you know, I detail an Eleanor, I find a Mercedes, you know, a Lambo, a Rolls Royce, and I just post photos. You know, I paid a guy to do this photo shoot. And be honest with you, you know how much it cost me? Negative $150, or it cost me $150. You know how much it made me? Negative $150. You know why? Because it didn't do anything. You have to have a marketing system. Just because you're working on fancy cars or you know you're giving away free details, it's not going to get you to where you want.
And the other thing too, guys, is like I can't tell you how many people have thousands of views on their detailing videos. Like we just enrolled a client the other day, and literally he's stuck at 5K a month, but he's viral. Everyone's looking at stuff.
Followers.
But the thing is, he's not viral in his local area, and anyone who's running paid ads is beating him to it. So it's not about going viral or any of that stuff. It's about having the right system. Key number 3 is you need to be closing at least 60% of the people you speak with. And the way you do that is through sales. And so, JC, why don't you walk them through this simple script that they could use next time they have a call?
Yeah, definitely. So, and we'll just go with ceramic coating just to make things a little bit easier. But you know, when you're getting on the phone with someone, the first thing that you have to realize is that they have no clue who they're talking to. You have to let them know. You can't, you know, if Travis calls in right now, I can't just go, "Hey man, what's up? What do you want?" I actually have to pick up, you know, "Hey, this is Juan with Ceramic Pro Tampa. How can I help you?" You got to let them know. Or if you're calling them, "Hey, this is Juan with Ceramic Pro Tampa. I'm calling about XYZ." Because now they're actually going to know that you're a professional business. Then you're going to get into it. You're going to talk to them. You're going to get, build rapport, figure out what they're actually looking for. I just closed the lead literally, an hour ago?
Yeah.
Right before we started recording this video, where the lady had no clue what she wanted. She said, "Hey, I want paint protection film." It was a 2013 Maserati Gran Turismo. And I said, "Well, I think we could do this." And I talked her into ceramic coating. We went through. She said, "I just want to protect it. I want to protect against rock chips, and I want to protect against, the sun damage." Perfect.
Right.
Let's do full front PPF, a front bumper PPF, and let's go through and just do ceramic coating on the rest of the car. So you're getting the best of both worlds. The only way I was able to do that is by listening to her problems and then showing her what actually solves them. It's that simple. But people get on the phone, they're like, oh yeah, you know, we could do this, 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 and this. And the best part about it is when she first texted in, she's like, oh, I'm just looking for pricing right now. Well, she's not looking for pricing anymore.
Right, and she wasn't even ready to buy in that moment the way she had come in as a lead. And she literally came from Google, guys, a Google lead that resulted into a customer. So it comes down to the marketing and the right systems and actually having packages to offer, because most detailers would be like, oh, I don't even offer that.
And the best part about it is you can't see it, but off to my right here is a Corvette. And this is all I said to her. This Corvette's a similar year as her Maserati. And I said, hey, we're actually doing this same service to this guy's Corvette. So now people want to do what other people do. It's the crowd mentality. And that as soon as she heard that someone else is doing it on a similar year car, now she's confident that it's actually going to work for her because other people are doing it.
Exactly, 100%. So key number 4, guys, is building a team to automate. Now, if you're not doing at least $10,000 to $15,000 a month, you shouldn't be focused on this right now. But if you are doing at least 10 to 15K a month, then this is how you get to the next level. You need to build a team. You need to delegate, automate, and that will cause you to literally elevate, okay? And the way you do that is normally your first hire is going to be another detailer, okay, or ceramic coating installer, because what's going to happen is you're going to be able to rise up in your business. You're going to be going from the person who's always getting their hands dirty to being the one that works on the business so you're not stuck in it. But maybe you could talk a little bit more about building a team and who they should hire next to get to $30,000 a month.
Now, here's the thing. The first thing a mentor of mine always told me, he goes, you want to hire the thing that you're not the best at or that you don't like doing, because you want to enjoy your business. Now, you can run this 2 different routes. Now, we say hire 1, hire 2, hire 3. Realistically, hire 1 and hire 2 could be either or. So if you love detailing cars and you're terrible at talking on the phone, you want to hire a sales specialist. Now, here's the thing. They may not be the best person, so you're going to have to train them somehow. So you gotta be at least decent at selling, right? Now, if you love selling, love being on the phone, and you hate working on the cars, you just like the money, or you just you're tired of running the buffer or, you know, the pressure washer, now you want to hire a ceramic coating installer or a detailer, so now you can take yourself out of the equation. What you're doing is you're replacing yourself. So now, essentially, there's another one of you doing what you're already doing. So, you know, now if you're making $15,000 a month, now you can make 30 because now you're doing the sales and doing the detailing, or vice versa.
Absolutely, right? So that's the next key. Now, there's really 2 options you have from here. Option 1 is you could go the hard way, right? You could literally take everything we just walked you through, try to look up other YouTube videos, try to implement it on your own. And here are some of the problems you will face or might already be facing if you decide to go that way. You'll continue to have zero clarity on what to focus on to push the needle forward in your business. You could try it on your own. Spend literally thousands of hours of your time, blood, sweat, and tears. And that could take you years to scale, guys, if I'm real with you. You could try setting up ads on your own, potentially burning through thousands of dollars and get little to no results, ultimately resulting in you not enrolling customers consistently. And literally all this results in is wasted time and energy. And there's 2 ways to grow quickly: by spending time trying to figure it out, which is the long approach, or you could just take some money, invest in a coach, invest in a system that's been tried and proven over and over again, and you could get results a lot quicker, which is option number 2, working directly with us. Every day, we help detailers just like you scale rapidly by implementing our proven scale detailing system. JC's been detailing now for over 7 years, and literally after trial and error, spending thousands of dollars, investing in money, hiring agencies, literally paying pricey retainers, we found a system that works over and over and over again. And you guys could literally fast track scaling your detailing business by working directly with us, right? We'll coach you hands-on on how to implement our entire system and process, from charging premium prices, setting up the marketing system so you could scale with predictability, dialing in your sales process, and building a team that could automate your entire business, which is going to result in you being able to scale rapidly. Okay, now again, if you made it this far, you should obviously already be a detailer, right? And again, this is for you. If you are a detailer, you're stuck at 3 to 7K a month or 10K or 15K. You just want to scale with predictability over and over again. Now, again, more wins. This client over here, literally, I believe within 7 days or so was at $8,000 for the month of March. This person said yesterday was 6K. This was $148 in ad spend that actually led to 2 ceramic coatings, so over $2,000 from $148 spent on ads. This person had a $1,200 day, a lot more wins. Again, Gabe went from 15K a month to literally absolutely crushing it. August, he did 56K. September, he did 50K, absolutely crushing it. And again, results are not typical, right? You're not guaranteed to make a single dollar working with us, and that's the reality. Now, I will say this. There's 2 types of people. There's talkers and doers. Talkers are always talking about how they're going to grow their business and, you know, one day I'm going to grow. One day I'm going to get a coach. One day I'm going to take that step. One day I'm going to make that leap. And then there's doers. There's people that actually draw a line in the sand. They realize they need help and they go all in. And I want to challenge you guys to go all in on your dreams because time stops for no one, right? And what I want to challenge you to do is if you're a detailer, you're ready to scale your business to the next level, I want you to book a strategy call. It's free. It's a free strategy call with my team and I, where literally we're going to get a better idea on where you're at in your business right now, what your goals are, what you're looking to achieve. And if we feel like we're confident that we could help you get the results you're looking for a lot quicker than trying to do it on your own, we'll walk you through what we do, how it works. And, you know, there definitely have been tons of people we've helped over the years, but if for whatever reason we don't feel like you would necessarily be a good fit, at least you'll leave the call with some value and we will definitely point you in the right direction. So go ahead, click the link below this video, book a call with us, and we look forward to chatting with you there.